Looks like we may have had some technical difficulties. This is Austin Oliver. I'm here at the south side of Ankeny for the matchup between the Spartans and the Hawkettes. Haven't missed much here. We're still at a 0-0 score. Hasn't been very much offense for either team here, as both teams have been probing. Early injury to Allie Mackey. She took her out of the game for some blood. Looked like she got maybe a shot from the ball up to the face, but looks like she's got that under control and is back into the game. Had to do a jersey change. And is back into the game. Thrown from the far side by Kephart. Peterson settles it down. Shot here. The goalie Hoffman in the right position. Her second or third save of the match. Battle in the midfield between Stedich and leads to a breakout here for 33. That's going to be Jepson trying to track that ball down, or number 30. Yep, Jepson tracking that ball down. She gets by a couple defenders there. She's going to try to get a centering pass. That's going to trickle off the Ankeny defender, and it'll be a throw-in deep in the offensive zone for the Spartans. It's going to be number 15, Chaco, in for the throw-in. Goes back out of bounds. It'll be another throw-in for the Spartans. And that'll be a corner kick for the first set piece. Maybe the second set piece for the Spartans of the match, but their first corner kick. Corner kicks are brought to you by Iowa Rush at iowarush.com, the premier soccer destination for Central Iowa and the state of Iowa. Leagues, camps, training, all sorts of things soccer related at iowarush.com. Ball's lofted in there, trying to connect up with it with several Spartans, but it trickles out to the top of the key for the Spartans. As they do control it again, they send it back in again, and it drops in, and a goalie close is able to come out on the bounce and able to control it, and she'll put that ball back into play, the second or third touch that she's had for the game. Spartans, the 7th ranked team in the state, 1-1 so far on the season. They took a loss last night, 1-0 to Centennial, the number 5 ranked team in the state. Ankeny comes in with a 2-0 record at the number 1 ranked team, so great to see a top 10 matchup here between these two teams. Mackey to the outside, has got some room. She's able to get by her defender. Got 4 defenders between her, but she's got 3 girls filing in for the offense. 4th coming in late. Kicks it over the far side to Ava Paoli. Paoli's going to get a touch on this ball. She slides that ball, but the goalkeeper's in a great position. Pops up to the top again, and Pleasant Valley is in control here. Squires with a touch. She's got 2 goals on the season, 1 in the first game and 1 in the second game. Taylor lets that run out of bounds. It'll be a substitution. Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospitals sponsoring the substitution.
Now playing for the Hawkettes.
That'll be Abby Stedich is going to be taking a seat. And that'll be, is that number 5? Is that Sullivan that's coming into the game? Can't see a number yet, but that's usually the rotation. Yep, that's Sullivan into the game. She gets her touch right away, but it's a foul. Either sends it out of bounds or it was a foul. I'm not sure which. Looks like it might have been a foul. Yep, it's going to be a free kick for Kephart as a 3-man wall set up by the Spartans. That's Martel, Cacho, and looks like 24, maybe McMahon in there. 26. Looks like Geesey in there for the other part of the wall. Ball sails long, and there'll be a goal kick for the Spartans moving forward. little bit too strong on that set piece. Went right over all the potential offensive players and goes out the backside of the pitch. Ball out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Hawkettes. So the wind's coming out of the north, so the Hawkettes are playing into the wind. Spartans are playing with the wind. Be a goal kick for the Spartans. As the Spartan defender blocks out, boxes out on the far side to let that ball trickle out off of the Hawkettes as they were trying to get a touch on it as well, but it does go out of bounds. It'll be a free kick, or goal kick for them. Settled in the middle nicely by Jepsen. She sends it to the outside. That's Rebro on the outside, but Peterson wins that 50-50 as Rebro hits the turf, and the Ankeny Hawkettes are moving forward. Mackey, a couple touches, tries to send it in. It'll be a handball for the Spartans. It'll be a free kick for the Hawkettes. Mackey thinks about taking it quickly, but defers to Kephart as Kephart steps up and then does step back and go ahead and takes it quickly. Buchan sends it in to the outside, and Peterson sends it into the middle. She'll get another touch on this. Shepfelt with the ball to the outside, but it's stolen. But she gets another touch on that, gets it back over to one of our Ankeny counterparts. But the Spartans move forward. Steal right at midfield by Kephart. She's taken to the ground there on the contact. Steinkamp with a nice job moving, or that's Taylor with a nice job moving forward. Steps over a potential tackle, steps around another defender. That'll be a goal kick for the Spartans as she's not able to control on the last touch. Got a substitution for Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitution. It's going to be 25 coming into the game. Hawkins will still take the place of Paoli.
Now playing for the Spartans, number 37, Maddie Capert. And for the Hawkettes, number 25, Allison Hawkins. See ball.
Taylor takes the ball down the line. She'll get another chance to do another throw in as the ball boys are quick to get that ball right back to Taylor. Sullivan with a couple touches. Out to Hawkins. Hawkins into Mackey. Taylor moves down the line. Tries to get Hawkins on a movement forward. Centering pass from Hawkins. Spartans able to take it out to the top of the key. Steinkamp sends it back in. Opportunity for Cacho to take it up the sideline there as Taylor steps in front, but nobody there to catch that next pass as the Ankeny defender was the only one that was there. Taylor's going to be taking the ball in, and she looks like she took a shot on that one from the defending. Connects up with Sullivan.
Push him up.
Ball out of bounds off the Spartans. That'll be a throw in for the Hawkettes.
Step up, Kai.
Peterson header to Squires. Squires turns and kicks it upfield, but nobody there to receive that one. Spartan defense cycles the ball around. Probing to the middle.
Step backside, Zoe.
Sullivan and Mackey. Mackey outside. Buchan back to Mackey, but a little bit too strong. They try to get it back to Mackey. Right at the defending line. She's going to draw that ball back out to Buchan. Buchan runs that one down. Centering pass from Buchan. Connects back up with Mackey. She chests it down. A couple touches. Got defenders all around her. She hits the ground. Ankeny with a nice little group of possession here. Shot on goal, but Hoffman is in the right place at the right time. As Hawkins gets a nice little touch, settles it down, and gets a shot on goal.
Move, Joe. Other side.
Not able to control it on the sidelines. The Spartan let it trickle out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawkettes.
And checking back into the game for the Hawkettes, number 20, Ava Paoli.
Hawkettes got some room on the far side. I think that's Paoli back into the game. She's looking to connect up with Sullivan, but a nice defending job. But Paoli does get a touch on there, gets it back into play. Goes out to the top. Peterson tries to get a header on it, but doesn't get enough of it. Sends it back over the top where she's able to control it. Steinkamp sends it back in. Back to Paoli. Paoli attacking, centering pass. Tries to connect up with Sullivan, but just into the wind. Just loses a little bit of that oomph, and Hoffman's able to get out there and control it. Sullivan with some room right in the center of the field. Hawkins to Mackey. Mackey moves it around her defender, steps up, slides it through to Hawkins. Hawkins going to get a nice centering opportunity, but just not enough on the ball. As Hoffman goes down and takes out Mackey at the same time. She went down pretty hard, Hoffman did, but does corral the ball. Punts the ball back into play. Hawks let that one go out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawkettes, just past midfield. Substitution for the Spartans and a substitution for the Hawkettes. That'll be Van Howling back in for the Hawkettes. Trying to see that number on the far side there. Looks like maybe 27, maybe Anderson. Anderson into the game for the Spartans. That's the Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitutions. Spartans send one down the sidelines. Kephart right there, sends it out of bounds, allows the opportunity for the Hawkette defense to reset as the Spartans try to take a quick throw in, but decide to hold up a little bit. They do get that throw in. They try to connect up with Martell. Martell tries to send it out to Jepson, but Jepson not able to get enough control of it. Jepson beats her defender. Mackey back playing defense. Captain of the Hawkettes team sends up the sideline, trying to connect up with Van Howling. 35, nice job. Slings the junior defender, does a nice job of sliding right in front of the pass, able to control it. Flip the field. Paoli with a good touch, but it goes out of bounds. Anderson just newly into the game and for the throw in. Taylor, nice job of knocking that tempted ball in. Tries to connect up with Hawkins. Hawkins, just a little bit of a too strong of a first touch. Kephart and Jepson really going at it. Jepson draws the foul. It'll be a free kick and probably the most dangerous spot they've had other than maybe the corner kick here in the first half. Just under 12 minutes left to go in the first half here. 0-0 score. Trying to see who's going to be taking the free kick here. That'll be number 13, Lewis.
Unload on it.
Steps up, puts the ball into play. Low shot. That ball's got ice on it as it's coming down to close, but no problem for her. She grabs that one, rolls it back into play. Van Halen playing a little bit of defense on the far side. That'll lead to a throw-in for the Spartans, but first we'll have a couple substitutions. Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital sponsoring those substitutions. Number 10, Kitzman, freshman, into the match. Trying to get that other player there on the far side. It's a forward.
And number 12, Rachel Allen.
Rachel Allen, a sophomore in at center forward for the Spartans. Spartans on a nice build up there, but Mackey steps in and takes the ball away. Peterson with a nice couple touches, looks to get to the next level. Tries to get Paoli into some space, but not enough power on that ball, but it does lead to a throw-in for the Hawkettes. Kephart to be coming across from our center defender position to take this throw-in. Kephart. Send it back out of bounds again. It'll be Kephart again with the throw-in. Almost exactly the same spot that she just did. Taylor sends a sky ball in there. Nice one touch from the Spartans. Gets the ball out of trouble. Steinkamp chases that one down. She's going to cycle the ball back to close at the goalie. Tries to get the ball out of there. She'll want to pop back to that goal line here as the Spartans are threatening again. But a nice job from Steinkamp of settling that ball down. Mackey's got a little bit of room. Connects up with Paoli. Paoli sends it down to herself down the line. She's got some room. She can be able to beat and get around that defender. Looks like the defender's in good spot. She'll take it to the outside and send it out of bounds to allow her defense to reset, get everybody back in the right position as the Hawkettes will get another throw in.
And now playing for the Hawkins.
Sullivan back into the game.
Wesley Sullivan.
Number 5 as Hawkins will take a seat. Just under 8 minutes left to go here in the first half. 0-0 score between Pleasant Valley, 7th ranked team in the state, up against the number 1 ranked team, Ankeny Hawkins. Squires with a few touches, tries to cut through the middle. Close sends it to the outside. Steinkamp chases it down. Van Halen chests the ball down, sends it out to the outside. Peterson there attacking. She's got some room there to get to some space. Trying to connect up with Mackey and Sullivan, but Pleasant Valley defenders in the right spot at the right time and sends that ball back out. Van Halen tries to make a move, but not able to keep control of the ball. Kephart steps up, sends the ball out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Spartans. That'll be number 10, Kitzman, a freshman, in for the throw-in. Sullivan steps up. He's got Mackey ahead. Nice little ball. Nicely weighted ball to Mackey as she's screaming down the field. Nutmegs her defender, but another defender right behind her is able to corral that ball and send it back out. Paoli with a touch on the far side. Fighting with that far side defender, number 27, Anderson. Paoli does get by her. Centering kick into Mackey. Mackey settles it down. Just a little bit too strong on that first touch. Sends it right over to the goalie Hoffman. The goalie Hoffman sends it right back into play for a counterattack for the Spartans. But Taylor steps up and ends that counterattack. It'll go out of bounds. Throw in for the Hawkettes. Taylor connects with Mackey. Back to Taylor. Taylor up to Sullivan. Push from the Spartans there. It'll be a free kick opportunity for the Hawkettes. Little 10-on-10 crime there as Kitzman and Mackey battle each other for that 50-50 ball. Kitzman ends up committing the foul. It'll be a free kick for Kephart. Kephart with the attack. Squires one-times it through the middle, but nobody there to follow up, and it'll go right to the goalkeeper. Actually, that was Schapfelt, I think, actually, with that touch. Number 24. Nice touch there. He's gotten behind her defender as they rub shoulders on the far side. Paoli does a little stutter step trying to get around that corner, but the defender, actually Paoli gets through it. Mackey at the top of the key is going to have an attack, but a defender right on her right foot as she takes that swing. No shot on goal. Van Halen settles it down to Mackey. Ball to the outside. Taylor steps up. Nice little battle there on the far side between Paoli and 27 Anderson. Paoli commits the foul. Strong kick into the offensive zone of the Spartans. It'll go off of a Spartan there. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawkettes. Another throw-in for the Spartans as they make their way down the field. Referee says settle down as bodies collide on the far side. It'll be a free kick for the Spartans right on the edge of the field. Another set piece here for the Spartans. Back post, just a little bit too high for that defender coming in on the back post. Ankeny had it well defended, had a couple players on that back post attacker as well, and it just sails out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for the Hawkettes. Fairly well placed ball by the Spartans, dangerous. Goal kick for the Hawkettes. They take it short. 1 minute left to go. I'm not sure he's making a re-kick the goal kick. She'll take it short. Kephart tries to connect up, and ball does thankfully trickle through. Could have been a good opportunity for the Spartans to have a ball. Sullivan to Mackey. Mackey setting the field here. Got a lot of people moving forward. Mackey gets around her defender in the midfield. Tries to chip it in there for Squires. Squires is going to get on this ball. Goalie comes out. Nice save. Perfectly timed as Mackey gets that ball back. Sends it back out to Sullivan. Sullivan's going to control it. She'll look to center the ball. Tries to get it back to Mackey, but that's going to be a corner kick here. The Hawkettes are going to try to hustle to get this one out, but they're going to run out of time as the game goes to halftime. It's a 0-0 tie between the 7th-ranked Pleasant Valley Spartans and the number 1 ranked Ankeny Hawkettes. We'll take a few minutes away, get us some words from our sponsor. We'll be back to you with the second 40 minutes of a well-played game here at the Ankeny pitch. We'll see you in a few minutes.
No matter how hard I try, I cannot come up with any place I'd rather call home than Ankeny. We raised our family here, so when it came time to downsize, I knew there was no place for me but Ankeny. From unique shops to incredible restaurants, there's always something new to explore, and it's all just a few minutes away. Building my home here with Caliber was one of the best decisions I've ever made. If you're thinking about making a move, let me help you find your perfect home. You'll fall in love with Ankeny just like I have. Let's talk soon.
Dear Cable Internet, I've met someone I can rely on, who moves my speed and is okay with how much I work. I'm sorry, but US Cellular Home Internet and I just have a stronger connection.
Get connected with US Cellular's Home Internet for just $39.99 when bundled with a wireless plan, plus a 3-year price lock guarantee. US Cellular, built for us.
We're here at US Cellular, Frost Days, where our customers get exclusive deals just for them.
It's like we got our own special club.
Should we show them?
Get $1,200 off any phone plus $500 off any tablet. Us Days at US Cellular.
the state team knows that sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a well-rounded education. As an Ankeny mom, I have seen how important they are for success in school and beyond. I've been helping families here for over 20 years as a realtor, and I know that our schools and community activities are second to none. That's why people love to call Ankeny home, and that's why I am a supporter. If I can help you or anyone you know find the perfect home in Ankeny or the Metro, let's talk. And now it's time to cheer on our kids.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
Our phones were made to help us connect, and somehow they've made us less connected. Which is ironic, don't you think? Ugh, I love this song so much. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
So when an athlete walks into Nick Garage Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching, we have the best technology, we have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
Phones were made to help us connect, and somehow they've made us less connected. Which is ironic, don't you think? We try to put our phones down, but we need to pick them up to see the menu. We can't watch something without also watching something else.
Ironic.
Ironic. But look, here's a phone company who wants you to use your phone less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Traffic jam.
Ugh, and I'm already late. Look, here's a phone company who wants us to use our phones less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us. It's a free ride. But I already paid.
No matter how hard I try, I cannot come up with any place I'd rather call home than Ankeny. We raised our family here, so when it came time to downsize, I knew there was no place for me but Ankeny. From unique shops to incredible restaurants, there's always something new to explore, and it's all just a few minutes away. Building my home here with Caliber was one of the best decisions I've ever made. If you're thinking about making a move, let me help you find your perfect home. You'll fall in love with Ankeny just like I have. Let's talk soon.
Dear Cable Internet, I've met someone I can rely on, who moves my speed and is okay with how much I work. I'm sorry, but US Cellular Home Internet and I just have a stronger connection.
Get connected with US Cellular's home internet for just $39.99 when bundled with a wireless plan, plus a 3-year price lock guarantee. US Cellular, built for us.
We're here at US Cellular, Frost Days, where our customers get exclusive deals just for them.
It's like we got our own special club.
Should we show them?
Get $1,200 off any phone plus $500 off any tablet. Us days at US Cellular.
My real estate team knows that sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a well-rounded education. As an Ankeny mom, I have seen how important they are for success in school and beyond. I've been helping families here for over 20 years as a realtor, and I know that our schools and community activities are second to none. That's why people love to call Ankeny home, and that's why I am a supporter. If I can help you or anyone you know find the perfect home in Ankeny or the Metro, let's talk. And now it's time to cheer on our kids.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
Our phones were made to help us connect, and somehow they've made us less connected. Which is ironic, don't you think? Ugh, I love this song so much.
Let's find us again with Us Mode. US Cellular, built for us.
So when an athlete walks into Nick Rush Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching. We have the best technology. We have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
Phones were made to help us connect, and somehow they've made us less connected. Which is ironic, don't you think? We try to put our phones down, but we need to pick them up to see the menu. We can't watch something without also watching something else.
Ironic.
Ironic.
But look, here's a phone company who wants you to use your phone less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. US Cellular, built for us.
Traffic jam.
Ugh, and I'm already late.
Look, here's a phone company who wants us to use our phones less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. US Cellular, built for us.
It's a free ride.
But I already paid.
No matter how hard I try, I cannot come up with any place I'd rather call home than Ankeny. We raised our family here, so when it came time to downsize, I knew there was no place for me but Ankeny. From unique shops to incredible restaurants, there's always something new to explore, and it's all just a few minutes away. Building my home here with Caliber was one of the best decisions I've ever made. If you're thinking about making a move, let me help you find your perfect home. You'll fall in love with Ankeny just like I have. Let's talk soon.
Dear Cable Internet, I've met someone I can rely on, who moves my speed and is okay with how much I work. I'm sorry, but US Cellular Home Internet and I just have a stronger connection.
Get connected with US Cellular's home internet for just $39.99 when bundled with a wireless plan, plus a 3-year price lock guarantee. US Cellular, built for us.
And we're back, halftime winding down here as the 10-minute halftime is merely a suggestion, not really a deadline here, as teams usually, including the referees, usually kind of just make their way out as the time's kind of winding down here, as the referees are starting to move into position. And Pleasant Valley made it out a little bit earlier, and the rest of the Hawkettes teams are making it out to the field here. So we'll be flip-flopping the teams and on the field. So we'll have the Ankeny Hawkettes and the All-Whites on the left going to the right. And the Pleasant Valley Spartans on the right going to the left. And they're all Navy Blues.
As we get set.
Pretty even first half here as both teams are pretty defensive-oriented. Not a lot of offense there. Goalies have had a few opportunities to touch the ball, but the bulk of the play has been on the field here as they've just traded probing pretty much the whole first half. They're not very good opportunities for either team. I think we'll see a lot of that here in the second half as well. Only difference will be is that Ankeny will be playing with the wind this time and Pleasant Valley will be playing into the wind. So that'll be adjustment period for both teams in the first 5 or 10 minutes here as they get used to the different conditions. It'll be Pleasant Valley ball first to begin with. That'll be Jepson, the junior forward, on the ball, putting it into play. The referee gives a signal and our second half has started. 40 minutes back on the clock and we're ready to go. Be the last match for the two-day jamboree here for both teams. Hawkettes send the ball out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Spartans. Mackey with a quick steal. Miss kick there, gets the ball back to her. Mackey takes a dive. It's going to be a penalty kick for Mackey. She draws the foul with 3 defenders around her. It's going to be a penalty kick for the Hawkettes. As just 1 minute into the second half, we have a big change of plans as they decide on who's going to be taking the free kick. It looks like Mackey's going to be stepping up to take it. Hoffman looking to keep the clean sheet here, 0-0, but Mackey's going to be stepping up to the ball. Referee whistles the ball into play. Mackey stepping up. She puts the ball away. 1-0 lead for the Hawkettes as Allie Mackey draws the penalty and converts the penalty kick. Goal for the Hawkettes. Mackey had been kind of threatening in the midfield for quite a bit of the match. He just had an opportunity to get into that penalty box and draw that foul. As she had a gaggle of defenders around her and just able to draw the foul and create the penalty shot opportunity. Pleasant Valley will look to rebound here and get some offense going of their own to see if they can knot the score back up at 1. That's Mackey's 3rd goal of the year. She had 2 in the second game. The game yesterday against Pella had a pair of goals. That'll be goal number 3 for her. Be a goal kick for the Spartans. Hoffman will set the ball up on her line and put it into play short. Good pressure from the Hawkettes will lead to another goal kick as the ball will roll out of bounds out the back side of the pitch. I think we'll see a lot of this short play from the goalie now that she is kicking into the wind. The punts definitely won't be as effective as they were on the other side. Mackey with another steal in the offensive zone. She looks to get it there. She's going to get another opportunity, but good defending by the Spartans. Gets them back into possession. Nice ball sent to the outside. Nicely waited for Rebro. But Ankeny, the center defender, Steinkamp steps up and thwarts that opportunity for them to move forward. Peterson sends it out to Paoli. Shapfelt. Mackey settles the ball. One-on-one with Martell. Gets around Martell. Martell with a little tug of the elbow as she goes in. Sullivan with the touch in the center of the midfield. PB defender sends it out, but Peterson's right there to be able to keep it in zone. Paoli centering pass. Just a little bit too much, too hard of an angle there. Goes off the side of the goal. It'll be a goal kick for the Spartans. Sullivan settles that down to Mackey. Mackey probing. Gets it back outside. Buchanan with a few touches out there. Battles for the ball. Taylor pushing up from her defensive spot. Mackey with another ball. Looks to beat a couple defenders. It's going to go off of a shin of a Spartan. It'll be the first corner kick of the half for the Hawkettes. Corner kicks brought to you by Iowa Rush at iowarush.com. Once again, Kephart will be jogging over to take the free kick.
For the Hawkettes, number 4, Sophia Kephart.
And then Shapfelt will be the short option as well. Martell is standing there to defend that short ball, so I'd be surprised if wouldn't be surprised if Kephart takes this one in for herself. She puts the ball into play, wins taking it. Putting it into a dangerous spot. Pinballing around, another shot there, but Hoffa does a nice job of keeping her wits about her, and she's able to snatch that ball right out of a dangerous spot for the Spartans. Good goal keeping out of her. Ball out of bounds. It'll be a Spartan throw in on the far side. Flip-flop possession for the Hawkettes as first substitution for the match. Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital.
Number 26.
Substitution. That'll be 26. Van Howling back into the game. Peterson down the sidelines. Does a nice job of keeping control right on that sideline. Paoli with the touch. Centers the ball. Somebody needs to get onto the top of that. Little kick there, but not enough of it from Buchanan as it sails to the right of the frame. Out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for the Spartans. I think the Spartans are looking for a substitution. Got number 2, Brown, a junior defender. Looks like she's hobbling over to the sideline. That'll be a substitution. Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitution. Hopefully she's all right as Spartans get another defender into the match. Get a number on the substitution. That's number 39. Who I do not have on my roster here. I'll maybe check with the Pleasant Valley parents here and see if I can get a name on that.
Number 39.
Who is that number 39?
I don't have a 39 on my program.
You guys know who 39 is? Lily? All right. All right, we got a difficult last name on number 39, so we'll say Lily is into the game. Schlabowski, Lily Schlabowski into the game. Sorry, Lily, if we're massacring your name there, but we know who you are. Foul on the Hawkettes. It'll be a free kick for the Spartans. Touch by Mackey leads to a change of possession in the midfield there. Back to the Spartans. Schlabowski with a touch. Mackey almost draws another foul. She tries to split a couple defenders, but the referee says play on. Paoli with a nice steal. Tries to beat her defender. Defender does a nice job keeping in front of her. She tries to probe and attack. Pleasant Valley fans wanted a hold on that, but referee says play on as Van Halen tries to chase a long ball down, but it will be to no avail as the ball will roll out the backside, and it'll be a goal kick for the Hawkettes, leading to another substitution for the Spartans. McMahon will take a seat on the bench, and we'll wait to see the number of the player coming in.
Stay high. Now playing for the Spartans, number 26, Veda Giese.
And that'll be Giese into the game, number 26 for the Spartans. Van Halen with a nice change of possession. She tries to get the ball back out to the top of the key, but Spartans do get it out, but back to possession for the Hawkettes. Squires with a couple touches, sends it over to Taylor. Taylor gets the corner. Kicks it back to Buchan. Buchan with the centering pass. Tries to connect up with Mackey. Mackey heads the ball, but it'll harmlessly trickle out of bounds. It'll be another goal kick for the Spartans. Sullivan will be coming into the game for the Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitution.
5, Presley Sullivan.
She'll take the place of Buchan as Mackey gets a ball, launches it here, but it goes right over the top of the crossbar. This is the typical MO for the Ankeny Hawkettes. They'll get that goal, and then they'll rely on their steadfast defense that has been a hallmark of the Ankeny program for pretty much the whole reign of Simon Brown as a coach. Looks like we may have lost our ball boys here. Maybe just one ball boy now. Two ball boys on the far side we definitely have lost here. I don't know where they went, but looks like we just have a single ball boy on the near side here. Spartans try to launch that ball out, but it gets caught up in the wind and gets knocked down by Peterson. Peterson tries to connect up with Schopfeld and Mackey, but Van Halen with a touch, goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Spartans. Substitution and another substitution for the Spartans. As Martell will be taking a seat, and incoming Jepson coming back in, or
and entering the game for the Spartans, number 36, Rowan Eischen.
Rowan Eischen. She's a sophomore. I think her first action maybe of the game, or at least for the second half. She's number 36 out there. Van Halen swings and knocks it off of a Pleasant Valley defender. It'll be the corner kick here for the Hawkettes. Kephart's jogging over to take the set piece. She takes the ball short, connects up with Schopfeld. Schopfeld back to Kephart. Kephart tries to slide it through, but we'll get another corner kick as it goes off the shins of one of the PV defenders. They'll reset and try it again. Kephart gets it in Paoli. Paoli with a nice little touch there. Knocks it off of that PV defender once again. It'll be the third corner kick in a row for the Hawkettes.
And another corner kick for the Hawkettes, number 4, Sophia Kephart.
13 minutes here into the second half. 1-0 lead for the Hawkettes off of his score from a penalty shot from Allie Mackey for her third goal of the season. Kephart steps up, puts the ball into play. Headed out of there by number 15. That's Cacho for the Spartans. But the Hawkettes do still control as they send it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawkettes. Taylor Kephart will pass the ball off to one another, and Kephart will be the offensive throw-in. Ball pops up a little bit further in, headed out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick for the Hawkettes. Fourth set piece here in a matter of 2 or 3 minutes as they keep threatening. I think Kephart had a pretty good ball here last time from this spot. It was a great opportunity for the Hawkettes. They'll look to add that second goal. Give a little bit of cushion here for themselves as 15 minutes here into the second half. Got a lot of individuals on the back post here, so they'll be attacking from that back post. 2 girls on the front post, Peterson and looks like Squires maybe on the front post. Ball into play, back post. Goalie does get a touch on it, and it's going to go out of bounds again. I think it'll be another corner kick from the other side. So Kephart will trot across the field and take another ball from the other side.
Switch sides, corner kick for the Hawkettes.
Hoffman with a touch on that as it went through her dangerous area right in front of the goal. Kephart's being very precise about her ball placement there. She mats down the grass there on the line, puts the ball into play. And it's a little bit too hard of an angle. It goes out of bounds, goes on top of the goal keep. Not a threat there from the Spartans, for the Spartans. Spartans got to be cognizant they're doing a good job of getting those short balls to the outside, but then on that second touch, usually they're taking it back into the middle, and Ankeny's usually been right there for a change of possession. That'll be something they want to talk about as they move forward on how that second ball gets put in there. Mackey with a shot just outside the box, but Hoffman in a perfect position. Here's what I'm talking about here. We got an opportunity to see if she's going to take this to the outside. She'll take it to the outside, and this is where we'll move it back into the middle where they've been having trouble keeping possession of that ball. Ankeny's been right there to take that possession and move it right back into the offensive zone. Mackey gets a few touches here. Little toe drag, gets their defender moving the right direction. Gets into Van Houweling. Van Houweling outside of Paoli. Paoli looks to connect up with Taylor all the way over from her position, usually on that far side defender, back to Paoli. Paoli hops over, centers the ball. Mackey in there driving, but ball goes off the goalie. I'm not sure if it's going to be a goal kick or looks like it's going to be a goal kick. Substitution in for the Spartans, Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitution. And I think that might be... That'll be O'Brien taking a seat on the bench and waiting for a flip of the jersey. That Kitzman back in on the far side. That's number 11. That's Martell back into the game.
It's number 11, Rita Martell.
That'll be a foul from Peterson as she gets a little aggressive from the back and knocks the Spartan off the ball, and that'll be a free kick for the Spartans. Lewis puts the ball into play. Peterson heads that ball down, gets it right to Mackey. Mackey's got some space here. She wants to move forward. Looking at Paoli, and Van Houweling connects up with Van Houweling. Van Houweling does it, turns, tries to get out to Paoli, but PV defender there. But Mackey gets the ball back. Gets the ball out to Paoli. Nice little weighted ball right in between both defenders. Paoli gets around her first defender, but the second defender's there to lead to a corner kick for the Hawkettes. Another set piece as they start to mount up. They're going to have another opportunity. One of these opportunities is going to be put into the back of the net if they keep giving them chances here. Be Kephart stepping up to take the ball again.
For the Hawkettes, number 4, Sophia Kephart.
Kephart, every kick that she takes, she's just gathering more and more information about putting a perfect ball in there with this wind blowing into her face. Great ball in there. I think it was chested by Mackey, and the goalkeeper is in a really great position. Just had the ball fall right into her chest, and she was able to control it. Puts the ball back into play. But a beautiful ball from Kephart, put in a really dangerous position there. But Spartans are able to come up with a save. Hoffman's had a great day, even giving up that penalty kick. Other than that, she's done a great job of being right on top of things. An offsides call on the far side as Sullivan gets a little bit too excited and steps past that back defender before the ball struck. Be a free kick there for the Spartans. Mackey steals the throw in. Pushing it down the field. Got her defender on her back. Trying to get a centering pass in there, but just can't get enough on the ball to get it to one of her teammates. Spartans playing with a little bit of fire here as they're playing right in front of the goal. Nice job out of Rebro to get a turn on the play, but it's going to go out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawkettes.
Go blue.
Good fitting from the Spartans, but ball will roll out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawkettes. Kephart with the throw-in. She'll connect up with Van Houweling, but it's headed by the Spartans. Mackey settles it down, gets it back out to Paoli. Paoli with a couple touches. Back to Mackey. Mackey one times it right off the crossbar. Falls right to Sullivan, but Sullivan can't control it enough to put the ball in the back of the net. But another great shot by Mackey. Goes right off the top of the crossbar and out of danger. Couple substitutions coming in for the Spartans. That'll be Anderson coming in, and
entering the game for the Spartans.
I think that'll be the Slings, number 35 here, touching the ball right now, back into the game.
Hawkins.
And then Allison Hawkins into the game for the Hawkettes. Paoli with a touch, tries to get it back into the middle. Hawkins trying to get control of it. Mackey knocks the ball down with her backside, but not able to control it, but does go off of a Spartan. It'll be another throw-in for the Hawkettes. Kephart doesn't like the first ball, so she asks for a second ball. Throws it in. Shepfelt right there. Tries to knock that ball down. Up to Squires. Squires with a couple touches. Shields the ball with her body as she tries to make a turn. Taylor with a couple moves, but nice defense from the Spartans. Squires takes the ball right off of her arms there, so get called for a handball. It'll be a free kick for the Spartans.
Higher, Joe. Gotta win the ball here, Blue. Joe.
Peterson, a nice job of defending. Paoli tries to take that ball high. Does get the ball. Gets it over to Mackey. Mackey trying to connect up with Sullivan. And that'll go out of bounds off of the PV defender. It'll be another throw-in for the Hawkettes. Peterson going to take this one. Peterson and Rebro having a good battle over here on the near side as a defender and the offensive forward. A couple more substitutions. Paoli's going to go to the bench. Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitution.
And entering the game for the Spartans, number 24, Erin McMahon. And for the Hawkettes, number 7, Marley Buchan.
Yeah, Marley Buchan back into the game. She's going to flip sides from where she was earlier in the half. Taylor with a nice couple touches. She's going to try to connect up with Buchan, but she does stop. Moves it back into the middle. Probing, looking for an opportunity. Sends it out to Buchan. Buchan with a one touch. Tries to beat the defender to the line, but the defender does a nice job of knocking it out of bounds. It's going to be a corner kick. I believe it's going to be a corner kick, so Kephart's going to make her way over there.
Coming up for the Hawkettes. For Sophia.
Kephart to look to duplicate the last corner kick she had from this same spot. Was in a really dangerous place, but Hoffman was able to step up and get the ball under her hands. Ball into play. Mackey gets a touch on it, tries to chip it over, but just gets a little bit too much, and it goes right over the top of the crossbar. Be a goal kick for the Spartans. Stedich into the game. Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitution. She comes into the game first action of the second half. She takes the place of Sullivan up in the front line. Shapvell with the touch. Squires maneuvers through a couple defenders. Keep moving forward. Gets a pass over to Stedich. Stedich 50-50 ball, and what are they going to call there? They're going to just give a corner kick, looks like. So the ball off of the Spartan and rolls out of bounds. Looks like Mackey and Kephart over there together this time. It's the first time they've worked that combo today. Kephart takes it short. Mackey tries to run it right down the sidelines. Feeds it in there. Bunch of people in the box there. Trickles all the way through with nobody really touching it. Steinkamp battles for the ball there, and it's, are they going to call a foul there, or is it going to be another corner kick? Looks like they may have called a foul right outside the box on the far side. Be a free kick at a really hard angle there for Kephart. We'll see what she's going to be able to do with this one. Kephart moves it a little bit further out when the referee's not looking there to give herself a better angle. She launches that one just a little bit too hard. Steinkamp trying to connect on that back post with a header, but just a little bit too strong for her. It'll be a goal kick for the Spartans. Shapveld with the control in the middle. Peterson gets it back into Squire. Squire steps up, gets the ball to Mackey on the outside. Mackey's behind her defender. Centering pass. Buchan tries to get a header on that ball, but it just barely misses and goes out the backside of the box there. But Taylor's right there to get control of it. She brings it all the way across, flips the field, attacking from this right side now. He drops it back to Peterson. Nice job of defending by the Spartans as she followed her all the way across the field. That's number 26, Giese, with a nice defense. And it might be Kephart pushing back up from her back position there, number 4. Be a throw-in for her. About ready to go under the 10-minute mark here of the second half. Still a 1-0 lead off of a penalty shot from Ali Mackey to get that first goal of the game and her third goal of the year. Kephart throws in. Connects short to Buchan, back to Kephart. Kephart tries to settle it down, but it goes right out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in again for Kephart. We got a couple substitutions coming in for the Hawkettes. Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitutions. But it looks like the referee will wave those off until after this play and for the next Ankeny opportunity off that. Mackey tries to step up for the touch. Nice battle there on for the ball there as a Martell does a nice job of sending it back. They send it even a little bit further back. Ball's out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawkettes, and the substitution will be coming in. Van Howling will be coming back in. Looks like Sullivan coming back in, and a third. Is that Paoli coming back in?
Game for the Hawkettes, number 5.
So Stedich, Hawkins,
Isabella Sullivan,
and Buchan will all be taking a seat on the bench. 8:50 left to go here in the second half. 1-0 lead for the Hawkettes. Taylor ranging right back. Gets a good touch on that ball. Back to the defensive line of the Hawkettes. Little mistake there from the defensive back line for the Hawkettes. It's been the first foray really for the Spartans into the offensive zone as they cycle it back.
Turn and face.
Sullivan, a nice job on the far side, sends the ball down the sideline. Van Howling with a touch. And it's a handball for the Spartans. It'll be a free kick for the Hawkettes. You know, the Hawkettes would like to get an insurance goal here to distance themselves a little bit from the Spartans. Hasn't been very much offense for the Spartans here, but all it takes is one breakaway play to get this play tied up. Kephart. Paoli with a one-timer, just barely over the top of the crossbar. Great little right-footed shot by Paoli, just a little bit too strong. Wind probably didn't help at all either. Maybe on a non-windy day that might have gone right in. Ball out of bounds. It'll be thrown for the Hawkettes. Shapfeld sends the ball in. Dangerous spot. Sullivan knocks it down. Tries to connect up with Peterson. Shapfeld moves it up. Sends it out to Paoli. Paoli on the sidelines. Got some space. Centers the ball in. Knocked down by the Spartans, but sends it back out. Very close to giving up another corner. Squires knocks that ball down, tries to kick it back, but Spartans are able to get a touch on it. Steinkamp's there for defense, able to knock it down. Out of bounds, it'll be a Spartan throw-in. Trying to get the momentum going back in the direction of the Spartans as they move it down the field. Paoli moves it down. They want to get it back to Mackey. Mackey knocks it back over to Paoli. Paoli's not going to be able to get it under control. It'll be a out of bounds, but the referee will call a delayed foul. And it'll be a free kick right on the 30-yard line. Played advantage. The advantage went out of bounds, so it brings it back to the spot of the foul. Peterson steps up. Ball bouncing around. Still got control of it. She takes a shot. Van Halen. Ball's out of bounds. Gets out of trouble. Steinkamp steps up. She sends the ball right back into that offensive zone. Paoli with a touch. And call for a foul. Referee called that she got her with the cleats in the back of the calf there, but ball's knocked out of bounds off the Hawkettes. The Spartans will use that to their advantage as they start to move that ball down the field. Jepson with the touch, back to Martell, back to Jepson. Best connection of the match so far between the Spartans as one of the Ankeny defenders steps up and sends it right back into the defensive zone of the Spartans, back to the goal keep.
Come on, Gav, gotta hold it in here.
Nice move there by around Paoli by Cacio. Ball sent right down the sideline, but it does just eventually roll out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawkettes. Trying to connect up with Paoli. Paoli running this one down. It'll be a 50-50 ball here as Cacho and Paoli are battling in the corner there, but it's going to be off of Paoli. Be a goal kick for the Spartans. 2 minutes left to go. 1-0 lead still for the Ankeny Hawkettes as time's running out here for the Spartans to get this one tied up. But a couple promising probes into the Ankeny defensive zone in the last few minutes. See if they can keep that up. Nice ball to the middle. Got a little bit of space. Squire steps up. Gets it over to Mackey.
Step into it.
Mackey to Paoli. Paoli centers the ball. Far side, Sullivan, one touch. Just not able to control it enough. Goes harmlessly to the left of the frame.
Come on, Kyle, let's go.
Jepson to Martell. Knocked down by Steinkamp. Over to Sullivan. Sullivan
1 minute remaining.
works to take on her player one-on-one. She's going to take it over the corner. A strong tackle there from the PV defender. That'll be a throw-in for the Hawkettes. Simon Brown, the coach of the Hawkettes, slides the ball down to Taylor. Taylor with the throw-in. Squire pushes the ball up. Kephart with a touch. Jepson moving forward, but the bulk of the Ankeny team already behind the defenders. Gonna have to keep an eye on Rebro on the far side here. She's kind of running
10, 9,
uncovered here, but just going to run out of time here for the Spartans.
5, 4, 3.
As this game will end in a 1-0 win for the Ankeny Hawkettes as they go 3-0 on the year. They'll win the single goal off of a penalty kick from Allie Mackey. They'll move forward with the rest of their schedule.
Conclusion of today's game, your Ankeny
1-0 win for the Hawkettes. They'll move on with their schedule, and we'll call it a day here with Levi doing the producing and the camera work. We appreciate him being here, Levi Yeager, and we'll